Hello everyone and welcome to Tailored Acres. I'm Taylor and I'm a gardener in Wisconsin, Zone 4B. And today's video is going to be my May garden tour, even though it's June 2nd. Everything has been happening so fast around here and I'm super far behind, which I'm sure most of you are as well. It's just 'tis the season for that. So first I'm going to show you where I am with hardening things off. All of these have been hardening off for a long time. I'm just waiting for a few things to go before I get them all ready. So we have ground cherries and peppers in here mostly, a few cucamelons, and then if I swing over here, we have celosia, we have basil, we got grasses, cosmos, back there some really sad looking zinnias, and all kinds of other stuff. So all this needs to go in the ground, but I'll show you kind of why it isn't in a minute here. So I've been tree sitting. This is a hibiscus. It's been inside our house all winter and it's been blooming the whole time. It's insane. It did drop probably half of its leaves, but now it's looking really good. It's putting on new growth and everything. So that's been fun. Some color inside. This is the lily garden, so all kinds of varieties of lilies here. I'll see if I can, oh yeah, one is in bloom here. Isn't that just glorious with a little bit of pink in there? It's so beautiful. Oh yes, down in here too, I got this planted up. So down in here is our dining room. So the two begonias in there are ones that I overwintered just in my sunroom. I meant to take cuttings and I just never did. So we'll see how they do here. And if they kind of recovered. They didn't have many roots, so we'll see. I'll let you know. Alright, so back to the lily area here. And I do have quite a few weeds in here, but there's also quite a few of these daisy plants that I started from seed last year that are coming back. So that's pretty exciting. But not really a whole lot going on in here. And if you guys know what's going on with this hosta, let me know. It just really does not look right. And then also the Solomon seal is beautiful right now. I did add right there a climbing hydrangea. So I'm going to get a nice trellis for that in here too. Alright, and just more lilies here. And then I'm going to show you my hellebore graveyard. None of them came back. I can't believe it. I'm so sad. They're my favorite and they're so expensive. It's so frustrating. So here's their graveyard. I put two very bright petunias in there. And then also these, oh gosh, I can never remember their name. These guys, I overwintered in my basement. So they were like totally dead and dry. And then I just brought them up and they put on new growth and are already flowering. So that was a fun experiment. This is a brand new hellebore for this year. Hopefully that guy can make it. And these trillium were here when we moved in. And they fade to pink. They're so pretty. And then just a collection of heuchera back here with a sedum and then some Jacob's ladder that's variegated as well. The rhubarb has just been crazy this year. It's a little droopy right now. It's super hot out and it needs some water. And then if I swing around here, this new plum tree, it was a dwarf plum that we planted. Looks a little scraggly, but it put on growth now. And my peach, I don't know, I think it barely made it through winter here. It's pretty crazy. There's so many like just dead sticks going on here. Not good. Hopefully it recovers okay. Alright, and then to the vegetable garden, which we have a couple things going on here. I got some good growth on my potatoes already. Those are all potatoes, two different varieties. I do in front here have some radishes planted, which should be ready soon, hopefully. And then this is winter rye in here, which is not ready yet to cut down. So I'm gonna have to come up with a plan for terminating that soon here. I've just been pulling out as I need to so far. All right, and then we just got a couple things planted in here. Onions, carrots, celery. That's about it. This is the carrots that needs to get weeded pretty bad. Got my tomatoes in, some herbs around there. And then brassicas back here, which this whole row was brassicas, and there's something that eats them early season for me, which is unfortunate. But then we got peas here, and then I'll show you guys my garlic is looking amazing. That's in there. All right, and then the strawberry patch that I thinned is looking really good. Some of these are just loaded with strawberries already. So I think we'll get a pretty good harvest. Let me swing it around this way. All right, then we're going into the orchard, and this needs to get weeded so badly. Oh, also, quick, let me show you I just planted these cucumbers today. This is the best my starts have ever looked. I'm so excited about that. All right, so we got the 4 dwarf apple trees in here. My asparagus patch, which is, they're so big. Looking good. And I only found a couple asparagus beetles so far this year. I think if you remember last year, I really struggled with that. So I'm glad to see that what I did last year helped, which was just manually picking them off. And then in here, we have some, well, I planted the blueberry bushes, which was the last video that I did with you guys. So those are all looking really good. I've been keeping them well watered. And then I also have some cut flowers back here and some weeds, it looks like, some raspberry bushes poking back up. So we have straw flower, we have sweet William, we have status, we have feverfew, and then we have some ornamental kale there. And then in here I have some decorative wheat planted, which you can see the little blades sticking up. So everything's looking good back here. Here's a better look at the potatoes. I did see a couple of potato beetles and I squished a couple of them, but way better than last year on those guys as well. And those guys I just flick into a bucket of water, or I squish them. But they're looking really good. We're gonna get about 1 inch of rain tonight, so everything should be very happy. All right, we're gonna go check out the landscaping next. But I should mention, I'm starting my squash and stuff in these. I just planted the seeds yesterday because of the winter rye still being in there. And then I'm just gonna interplant them when they're ready and sprouted. The winter rye can prohibit growth or prohibit seeds from germinating, so that's why I'm doing it this way, which usually I do sprout them before I put them in there anyway. So this is my existing blueberry patch, and they are not doing great this year. I think there's like one branch, which is like right over here, that is blooming. So I'm not sure what's up with those this year. All right, hopefully you can hear me okay. It is pretty windy right now, probably with those storms blowing in here tomorrow. So this is the garage garden, and it's a very pink theme and also variegated. So things are looking really nice in here. You can see I also have prickly pear cactus in there. But this variegated sedum is one of my favorite things in my whole garden. It's a little bit wimpy right now from needing some water, being hot, but it is just gorgeous. It like glows. I love those so much. I also planted some calla lilies in here, which are a fun addition this year. The Tiny Wine 9 bark is just gorgeous. As always, it's my favorite thing in this part here. And then this is Miss America Hosta. She is absolutely gorgeous as well. I did add some new hen and chick there. And then the Baptisia is about to bloom too, and that is one of my favorite things in this area as well. Honestly, I love it all. I probably shouldn't try to pick favorites. Alright, so if we swing around here, and it's probably really windy now. Holy cow, maybe I'll take a pause here. The audio quality was not good, so I'm just going to do this voiceover. So you can see I pointed back there to a blue Colorado spruce that I added this year, and that will get really big, but it was only $10 at the store, and I couldn't pass it up for that price. It will bring some nice blue color back there. So everything is looking pretty good in here. I did get this area weeded and remulched. So down here in front I have Cat's Pajamas or Cat's Meow Nepeta. I can never remember which one it is, but that's already in bloom, and the ones back there are Walker's Low, and those are not in bloom yet. I did add some alliums this year, which I absolutely love, and I want to add more. They're just really expensive, so I'll try to add a few each year. And then the Ivory Halo Dogwood is looking absolutely beautiful. I did have some kind of leaf thing going on with that last year, so I need to do some research on that. These anemones were from one of my friends, and they are just so beautiful. I love them so much. They do set little runners, so you got to kind of dig them up, but they're pretty easy to maintain. The salvia is just starting to come into bloom. I have that pink one, and then I have 3 purple ones in this area. The Boom Chocolata, which you can see right there in front, is looking really good right now. And then that's where I'm going to be planting my dahlias, or some of them, the pink and purple ones. I did also add 3 of these Alberta spruce, and I'm going to cut them into spirals because my son is really into that right now. So I think that will be fun to do next year. And as always, my battle with the soapwort continues. Someday I'll get it all under control. Then this area is looking good too. I added this sedum around the tree here this last year. That was from a friend. And that's a sage leaf willow in the middle there. And that's doing really well this year as well. And this is the heuchera that I split and put into my front pots. You'll see that in a little bit. And the peonies are looking good. They're about to go into bloom, and I can't wait to smell them. So in this area, I took out a bunch of sedum in front here. It just really had a messy look to me, and I'm really hoping to upgrade the hardscaping in this area sometime soon. But I popped a bunch of winter sown lavender in this area, and I'm hoping that that will be some nice look this summer. I'm not sure how much they grow in a year, but they're super tiny right now, so hopefully they'll be happy here. We'll find out. And then over here I have a Canadian hemlock that I'm going to be planting in the secret garden. It's a shade-loving evergreen, and they are absolutely beautiful. And then I also got this serviceberry, and it is a Saskatoon serviceberry. It gets about 10 to 15 feet tall, and I'm still trying to pick out a spot for it. It already set berries because it bloomed, and I'm looking forward to that as well. There we go. All right, we'll go over there next, but I just want to show you guys, these are the stuff that I had in the basement overwintering. So there's a bunch of dahlias, and they're all showing growth. Even this one that had like no dirt on it. You guys see that? Pretty exciting. These are rain lilies here from my great grandma. And then I'll show you my front pots too here. So these are one of my favorite combinations so far, and they're only just getting started. So I'm going with a dark purple chartreuse, and then the silver with the purple flowers. So that's what we got going on. And this guy, I actually just popped him out and divided it with one that was already in the garden. So he was free this year. So I'm really excited about those. And this angel wing is just really fun too. And then there's a Persian cress in here that you can barely see, or Persian shield. Okay, so here is the front garden, and then the only area we have left is the secret garden. So the hydrangea that was here when we moved in is doing really good as always. I massively pruned that guy back and he just goes to town. Oh yes, this guy here was a mum that I had last year. It's a white mum. I just got it from Home Depot, and when it was done blooming and turned brown, I threw it in the garage because I was going to put it on the compost pile and I forgot to. And this spring I noticed it had started to grow again, so I can't believe that. It was just dead and dry in the garage. And I got my petunias planted in here. We're doing like a purple and silver theme up here. I had 4 Oh So Easy Italian Ice roses here, and only one survived winter. I also had another rose die in the garage garden this year, so it was a pretty tough winter. And these iris were all here when we moved in around the yard, and I moved them all into here. Alright, so then my winter rye down here is doing a lot better. I got the sprinkler going if you can hear that. So these are starting to bloom, which is what we're looking for them to be in like full bloom before we're able to cut them down. So I'll see if I can, oh yeah, here's one if I can not get sprinkled. So this one is blooming, so that's very exciting. So we're close to being able to cut this down, and then I'm gonna put a black tarp over it probably for a week because I can't wait any longer to plant stuff. And then we'll get going on the rest of the cut flowers up here. So in here we've got Rudbeckia, which these 2 big ones are, or 3 big ones, are ones that overwintered. That one as well. I've got some stock in here, I believe, and then mostly, well, I need to adjust that sprinkler. He's like spraying the house. Snapdragons, and then some Scabiosa, and then way in the back there we've got Lisianthus. Alright, I got the sprinkler adjusted, but I just wanted to show you guys quick. The Lisianthus I grew from seed are these ones here, and they're doing super well. These ones in the back are ones that I got from local greenhouses, and those are a little bit bigger, but I am not disappointed in mine this year. Very excited about that. I almost forgot to show you 2 things that are over here. So these are all of my dahlias. These are how I wake up the tubers. So they're all just in a tray, so you got to be really careful with watering. And they are all looking really good. So those need to get planted up. They're under the cover here right now because it's super hot outside, and they've already been in the sun today. And then we're getting a ton of rain tomorrow, so they'll get planted out after that. I do also have some winter sowing stuff that needs to get planted still. And then over here, check this out. My ranunculus and anemones are still blooming, which is wonderful. But with today being so hot, I'm hoping it doesn't fry them out. But they're under this tree here, which is acting like a shade cover. So that will definitely help. And I got the sprinkler running on them now, too. So this chunk here is the ranunculus, and they haven't produced that many. You can see there's lots of buds though. But the anemones, which are behind them, have done awesome this year, and I absolutely love them. They are so gorgeous. So I may not bring forward the ranunculus to next year, but the anemones are a must every year for me now. Okay, quick pit stop here. I have a whole load of compost that I got because this is gonna be my new cut flower area next year. So I'm hoping to get it worked on at some point here, but this is what it looks like now while I'm still getting everything planted. Alright, so here's our secret garden. The entrance is just off of the driveway here. So in here I have some shade plants planted, mostly in this central area, but we had oak wilt so bad last year that we cut all the trees down this winter, and this is what it looks like now, which is crazy. The hellebores back here actually survived winter, which is very interesting to me. So there's one right here, there's a pulmonaria, and then all my Brunnera except for one died. This is a new one here. It's really disappointing. So if you have any ideas for me what I should do with this space, let me know. I'm kind of thinking like here in the front or in the middle, doing like a seating area of some kind with maybe some black metal furniture. But yeah, I mean, blank slate. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for joining and happy gardening.